Hi guys, it's Franz here. I'm working on my Opel. Got the engine started. It's okay for now. I'm still gonna check some other things. I'm now on to the electronics. Just want to make sure all the Windows stuff, boot lock already checked. It's working fine now. So I'm now down to the two rear window electric window switches. And when I wanted to just start connecting the wires and start checking the switch, I saw this nice gadget here at the back. It's actually a guide. If you look closer, you see those pins are marked by color stickers. It's a nice paper label. I think it's pretty cool and very kind, considerate and helpful of the manufacturer. So there's a yellow, I see, a solid yellow, a solid gray, and to be black. There's a solid blue, and then there's a blue and red, and then there's the yellow and. Guys, here's the switch hole on the door, and here you can see there is a yellow and black for this pin here by my thumb, and there is red and blue, solid black here. Where it come out solid black. It's meant to be for this solid gray. I think that looks like gray. It's really meant to be black. Then there are two more wires here, solid yellow and solid blue, and there they are, solid yellow and solid blue. How cool is that, guys? So I'm just gonna connect that and see if it's working. If not, I'll open up the switch and just check my stuff. So yeah, until then. Okay guys, I switch on the car just in case you can see. There is the switch and nothing happening. So I know that this car has some electrical issues, especially on the electric windows. And the main controller switch looks like this. I still need to get here as well. So let me just see if the locking switch, it's not even here. So yeah, that's my troubles. Possibly for the rest of the day to just check and see what's happening here. But I could do a check to see if the switch is working. I can check if the voltage and grounding is perfect. So yeah, let me do that. Okay guys, you would remember I said I would want to tackle the electronic windows problem issue in the car. So it was a non-runner, been standing long, so lots of troubles and TLC to attend to, one of that being the electric windows. This is how I found it. I got this from another donor car, and I'm trying to find the best way to make this work. So I'm just inspecting to see what is what. This one is a complete switch. I've tested continuity between the switches, so I think two of them here and there don't work, so I'm just checking what's the best option here. But yeah, I'll show you guys an update. So what you could do is to test for continuity between the switch for up and down. In other words, for each of these buttons, each of these buttons have an arrangement that if you press, doesn't matter whether it's closed or open, your multimeter between these two pins, you should get continuity. I normally use the beep sound. You will get that, and then you just change the one pin from one of these to this one, or this one that's running in between here, and that's like the other side. So one is for open and one is for close. So in other words, you will then test continuity between that pin and that pin if you press the button this way for either up or close, then again this way for either up or down. You'll have to test continuity between those two switches. Then the switch is at least working. So that's what I've done, and two of them had issues. So here you can see I've already removed two of them. So just to show you how these work, obviously hinging for on and off, or up and down, or close and open, and certainly you can see that's why the switch is like that. or the button that way, then tilting then again that way. Those two pins in the middle of the button switch presses in the middle there on those two copper plates, which then moves forward and backwards. So I think it's removable if I'm not mistaken. But I'm about to check those now. I just want to see if I can remove them. Camera focus. Yeah, you can see it's removable. So I'm just going to remove both of them. So there you can see how it look. Two copper plates. And then there it is at the bottom. And then because this is copper, those should be copper too at the bottom there, metal. So when you press the switch, it transfers the current between those pins, for open and close, of course. I'm going to give it a good clean, then decide which one between this one and what I currently got in the car. But yeah, I'm just putting them all in there so I don't lose them. And then I'm going to give them all a good clean and decide what. I am not a Q20 fan. I like the yellow can. I think it's all-purpose lubrication. So if I don't have, I'll go with the Q20. Small brush, clean nicely there, and then maybe use some electrical cleaner. I started disconnecting the switch. You can see the red wire is already loose, but I think it may just be easier if I clean this out, make sure it's perfect for just the transfer of this one's switches. Because somehow whoever from the stoner car, previous owners, had cut off the wires right at the points. Look at those. Why? No one would know. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna show you. Just gonna transfer the parts, switches and buttons, and then connect that main red wire again and give it a try. I used Q20 just for the sake of it. If I get hold of the electrical cleaner, I'll do that specifically for those copper plates. But here is the buttons. 4 of them. I had an extra one just for demonstration's sake. And then the locking button actually operates with a spring. It's a bit different, its orientation and style. And then obviously those copper plates, which I would now just on the edges, which actually makes the connections, sand it a bit down, fine sandpaper, just to make sure it is proper clean for proper connection and transfer of the current. So I will do that, and then I just thought I'll maybe just show you that those buttons, how it actually works. Remember, the copper plates are the transfers of the current flow of the electrical circuit, and then these are the pusher. You can see there are springs inside of the switch. These little bullet pins, focus camera, come on, I see, goes inside those, and it's actually going down like that, the rounded edged one, and the other edges are really pushing in the, just look how it is edged. Can you see, like it's got two brown pins, groove kind of thing. That's to go into that center of that plate. I'll show you now. But so yes, the round bullet goes inside those buttons. So there you can see it's 2 of them. I'm gonna make sure before I put them back, I put a little bit of lubricant in that, because those are the up and down movers of the switch with the springs. Then in terms of that edge of the other end, like I wanted to show you, there's the copper plate. You can see it's perfectly shaped to go into that gap there in the copper plate, and that's why the round one goes into the hole in the switch. So I'm gonna use a piece of fine sandpaper. It's not so fine, but it will do the job. I think it's 100 P100, just to clean that edges surfaces of the copper plates of the switch. I'm talking about those ones on each side of the copper plates. Mine is still beautiful, but since I had run over, cleaned it with Q20, I'm just gonna give it a rough edge, make sure it's perfectly clean. Okay, so I gave it a clean, and here and there, don't be too hard on the heads of those pins, because you may just reduce it. Remember, you need it to make contact with the plates at the bottom, or the pins. Here and there, I also gave the back a bit of a brush or a rub, what can you call it? With the sandpaper, this is a good one to show, just to make sure that it can transfer the electricity. For the sake of the video, I'm gonna put one back in this dirty switch. It's not my style, but just for demonstration. I need to put it back somewhere so I don't lose it. So I'll do it here. Against the two pins already in the button. I'm gonna put down the two copper plates in this one. If I'm not mistaken, I think it doesn't have any order. Even though you can see this is not evenly spaced, obviously for on and off. You can see the two center dots are a bit differently, and yeah, I'll definitely put the two copper plates down, and that's it. You will also see on the inside of the cavity there is just a second. There is a preparation for the button to, there's one, and then there is the other one. I'll show you now. So those gaps in the cavity down there on the inside walls are actually for the copper plates edges to slide in nicely. So what now is left to do is really just to put the button in, and it's actually being held into that cavity by a top cover, which I'll also show you now. The button of the switch goes in no particular order. It doesn't matter really. You just put it in, and you can see there's the side holes for it to rest in until you put the cover over the entire switch holder. So that's the switch cover, which hold the switch button in place, all of them actually. So I'm going to use the cover on the other switch. So yeah, just to show you, what I did realize is to lubricate those copper plates and plastic pins so it moves nicely, works together nicely. And then those pins at the bottom there are metal pins for the copper plates to touch on and transfer the electricity. I'm gonna sand them also down a bit, make sure the contact is perfect. So yes, at this point I've put the buttons or switches back. I'm about to put the cover back on. Then I just need to connect that loose red wire that I disconnected earlier when I was thinking I was going to replace the entire switch. So I didn't show you how to open the switch, but like you can see here, these clips here, there are two here on this side as well, two on this side, and obviously two on the other side as well. So they just clip, as you can see, the ones I'm holding here just clipping those holes on the side. Can you see those two? Those two? Those two? Yeah. So I'm just going to squeeze it over. It's going to lock itself in. So obviously, with the small locking button being the square and the window switches being the rectangular ones, the orientation of the switch cover is nothing difficult. You just look for the one side with the lock button square, and there you go. I'm gonna squeeze it in now. It's not all the way yet, as you can see. I'm just gonna give it one nice press down, and then it should be fine, guys. The switch doesn't have a back cover, which I would have preferred, but that part rests on the carpet down here in the center console, on the carpet, so that should be okay. But yeah, it doesn't have a back cover. I'm ready to join the wires and test it. Time for the test. Car's on. Here's the switch installed. The lock button is stuck. I'll have to get that off, but let's check. There we go. I don't know why that motor is going so slow. Up is not working. Down definitely. Rear side, nothing, and I regret selling the donor body because I don't have motors now. I won't have nothing, guys. I hear something at the back. Okay, I'm okay with my switch. Okay, there's the driver's one. Very slow. Ooh, okay, I did notice earlier the groove the window is riding in is not always that nice and lubricated, so I'll check that, but let's see if it can go back up. Oh, there it goes. Please go all the way. There it goes all the way. It's a lot of stress on the motor. I'm happy that went all the way up, so I'll definitely have to check lubrication of the window grooves and so on. I regret that one can't go up. It just wants to go further down. Okay, there it goes. Nice, guys. There it goes. It closed. Okay. This one still doesn't want to come to the party, guys, but I think my switch is working and it makes me very happy. Let me just see if I can unlock these one. I managed to get a lock button loose. I will have to definitely check, open the switch again and check what's going on there. So I don't know, it will make a difference. I want to go to the back side itself to check if it works like that. But for now, the bottom two don't work, the front two work, except for I think I need a bit of lubrication in the window grooves. Here's the rear switch. Let's try. Nothing. Oops. Left hand side. Whoa. Ooh. Nothing, guys. It's a check and a job for another day. I'm out.